Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. This is known as Parkinson's law. There are a lot of other versions of this law, and an alternate wording closer to my heart as someone who creates a lot of video content is that data expands to fill the available space for storage on your hard disks. And something that you might have experienced as a student is that if you start an assignment early, it just keeps going till the last minute as you continue to add polishing touches. This is perhaps the reason why many of us choose to procrastinate when faced with some complicated task, as we don't want it to consume our entire life. Now, even though you might not have noticed this law before, it has probably had a significant impact on your professional career, as it is discussed as a part of management trainings. On a positive note for people leaders watching this, you should have little worry of what will the development team do when they run out of things, because there is always more stuff to be done when it comes to software development. Self-motivated individuals will create work whether it has been specified or not. So it is important for the organization to build a healthy roadmap so that people don't get busy with things that will not bring the greatest reward in the long term. Additionally, if the business doesn't have a clear focus right now, you can always gather the teams and ask them to build a roadmap that you can then evaluate as a group so as to decide what would be the most beneficial goals for everyone. In addition to positive applications, I've also seen some poorly understood extreme applications of Parkinson's law. One poor mindset is that if we shrink the amount of time available, the work will magically get done in that time. Unfortunately, this does not work. Firstly, Parkinson's law is an observation, it's not magic. Additionally, while work will expand to fill the time, it doesn't necessarily mean that work will also shrink according to time. And we've spoken about this before. When in a time crunch, your best bet is to cut scope to only keep the top priority objectives. Now let's talk about how we can use Parkinson's law to our personal advantage. One simple way is to ensure that we allocate the right amount of time for our objectives. If we allocate too much, we will end up spending too much time on needless goal plating, and if we allocate too little, then we will end up being needlessly stressed. In fact, my personal preference for such cases is to go with the flow and follow the no estimates mindset. If we take things as they come, we will not waste undue time just because we overestimated, and we will be less stressed as we can focus on just the task at hand instead of managing both the task and the inevitable march of the clock ticking down.